Excellent. Okay, I think I got everything going. So today we're gonna work on the startup again, and I need to lower the music. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna work on the startup again, and the first thing we're gonna do is do propaganda. And I prepared for this. I think. No, like I prepared for it, and then I started searching for music. Maybe I fucked it up, but yes, we're gonna do it now. We're gonna open up the window and we're gonna find. Well, basically, I opened up a bunch of tabs with restaurants on them, and what we're gonna do is collect our emails and send propaganda to them to basically use my startup. That's the plan, at least. And we need to move this thing to a separate window because we're gonna use that for music. Yeah, so we're back to YouTube now. Unfortunately, we're back to YouTube. And I want this. Yes, excellent. This is the chat window, right? Kind of see people chatting. Right, so yeah, I am live. Live now. Okay, cool. So what I did was basically I looked for restaurants on Google Maps, like this, and then start clicking on them and open up the websites, and have the website open, and then I'll just look for contact information. That's what I did. Like, that's what I'm doing for the last. Well, yeah, that's like basically how I do the propaganda, right? I just look for contact details, then you find an email address and you copy over the email address, put it in some file, and we're gonna use Mailchimp to spam the shit out of them. That's the idea. That's the startup idea. Well, not the startup idea, but it's the propaganda idea. It's like the most dumb way I could think of just getting my name out there. Just starting spamming people with email. Yeah. Boop boop. That sounds like Discord. Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks, bot. Yeah, so we got one email address. Now we can close that and we move on to the next one. Yes, it's very advanced techniques. Like I bet like nobody has ever thought of this, but it works. It works. Like my father always says, better to steal stuff good than invent them badly. you see, I guess like you see that a lot on my stream. I don't invent much. Like the only special thing is that I'm using JavaScript JS, I guess. Yeah, that's what I deal with. So let's see. Like I want to have at least 10. I think I opened up like 20, so we should get there. But we get these random things at times. This is like really boring. really boring. But the other thing I got from doing this is just getting an idea of competition as well. Like I can see how many people are using Seek Me, for example, and it's not a lot actually. It's not a lot at all. This market is ripe for disruption, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it is. I think like part of the reason is that not a lot of people, like not a lot of developers have ever worked, at restaurants. You wouldn't expect a developer to be an outgoing person or whatever to like apply for a job there. It's against the stereotype. Oh, this is the right. I actually want this one really badly because this one has rooms. So I just made a propaganda for this to sell this. I'll share that as well because I need to update the email to also include the propaganda. And the propaganda, I mean a video. I made a new video, not on this account, but the other one. Having two accounts is also kind of annoying. I wish I didn't, but yeah, I'm stuck to it. Yeah, this one. I made a video for selling the new rooms feature we developed on stream entirely, and this thing just explains that. So yeah, that's that. We're gonna add that to the video, to the email propaganda soon. Soon, yes. Okay, we got this one. On to the next one. Manual screen scraping. This is what I was born for. Yeah. And like, so this like I'll tell you how far I got with the screen scraper project, right? I got a list of all the companies in Netherlands, and I also got a way to obtain their websites through Bing, because Bing doesn't really guard against robots, so you can trivially integrate into Bing, and look up for the first website that pops up. So I already got a very large part of just collecting everything, basically. I wish I could get like I also tried contacting the people that maintain .nl, so the top level domain people, but they didn't want to make that available, at least, unfortunately. Some of them do, but not all of them. It's so annoying. Like, I don't think they realize it's actually worth money to, you know, just pause that list. I would pay like 500 euros for it or something. It's a lot of value for me. Like it would save me so much time developing. But yeah, now I need to hack around it, unfortunately. I don't know why either. Because if you register a domain, why wouldn't you, you know, you basically want screaming to get publicity, right? That's why you want to have a domain. But no. I like this one as well. Art gallery. Oh, it looks big. I bet they also do, yes. I bet they also do like rooms and whatever. Maybe not. Rich people. There's a button. This is like another reservation system. Landal app. Oh my god. I don't really get it either, because reservations is not even a big deal, I think. Oh, this is like a... no email address either, huh? Kind of sucks. We had a good roll in the beginning. I talked I talked over it, yeah. I tried to save it as well, but it's in Scratch, so it doesn't know where to save it. I need to make a file for it. Right, you call something ddd.csv. Because it's just, now it says like, oh, you're not a CSV file, whatever, man. Like, the MailChimp thing will figure it out by CSV. The fuck it? Resengo, another one. That's what I'm saying, like, they're all doing the same thing. It's amazing. I bet, like, that you would get a winner takes all semantics. At least I found them. Okay, I think this is it. We got like 17. Okay, that's a really good haul, actually. Wow. Excellent. Okay, we'll put them into the system and then, you know, send the propaganda out. I think it won't send it in any case, because we're too late. I'm too late. I'm too late, unfortunately, and that's because I had to do other things in the afternoon. I had to do other things. So yeah, managing a startup is fun and whatever, but I also need to do other things. Okay, so I'm gonna put on the overlay to enter the passwords and whatever. Yeah. So you just can stare at my face for a while, and I'm gonna enter this stuff. Okay, I fucked it up. I have like this, you know, password manager called KeyPass, and then, yeah, like, so I have a very long password just to open that file. I mistype it a lot. I mistype it a lot, but my passwords are not online anywhere, at least. And that's what I like about that. Not online. So now, yeah, now it works. I'll put on the screen again. So yeah, like I have just them in some file and I share them across machines with syncthing. Simply syncthing. Cool. You know, watching? One viewer. Okay, so they asked me to do two-factor authentication. I don't give a shit. It's not that important for this thing. Like some services, it just doesn't matter to me. I think like I always hate it anyway. My passwords are like 64 characters long. I don't really care about the second phase or whatever. It's good enough. No one is gonna crack it. And they actually need to get physical access to my machine to actually get the file of passwords. And then, you know, they still need to crack the password file. And all my machines have full disk encryption. So what's the deal, man? How would you even get through that stuff? I guess like the weakness I had the other day was had SSH running, and you can connect to it through password. That was a way to get like through the first layer. But I have second layers. I have multiple layers. Multiple layer of password protection. Yeah. So edit email. So we're gonna add the propaganda to this. Yeah. So I still hope to get your interest with these plans in the future, and then, you know. And then I'll say like, okay, and we'll link, so like we already developed this thing, which is room management, which is this, explained in this video. Blah 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 blah. Click 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 click. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, we're just gonna link to that. This is also why I added this account initially to upload all this stuff because it's part of a playlist. Oh, we actually should link to the playlist. What am I doing? Good point. So yeah, I have some playlists and oh no, not this one. This is this stream actually. Developing Raster.click. But this is one of the first things I made, and the entire app looks just completely different from how it looks now. I love that opening. It's just dumb. Let's watch it again. I think it's counting myself. Let's watch it one more time. Excellent. In middles. I think I'm misspelling this. So we'll just link to that then. Insert. Save and close. Okay, cool. And then preview. I think it's okay. I want to make sure the link works. Like, links sometimes break. This is from my own experience. Close. Okay, we're done. And then you can start sending again. Resume sending. Excellent. Okay, cool. In my own, like, I don't think I have it open, right? No. Okay, cool. So, like, yeah, I added myself to that email list as well at one point. It's kind of annoying because you can't add yourself twice. So you can't test it out several times. But yeah, I should be getting another email next week which has that proper link. So that's like the final test, if you will. I think that also includes like some live emails. But yeah, whatever. Like, this system is just annoying to test. And like that test they provide, it doesn't work well. It doesn't work well at all. Like, it doesn't do names right, and it's just confusing. Okay. I don't see the point in upgrading. By the way, like, this upgrade is really expensive if you don't have any, like, if you have few customers like I do. Like, it's a really expensive system. It's like half of my income or something. Yes. That's ridiculous. Like, I'm running the servers for that amount. But yeah, we're not gonna upgrade. So we have this as a function then, I guess. In comes the roster entry and out comes the sums minutes worked. I guess the roster entries are just for the one user then. But this is like immediately a function, right? The function signature. It's a fault. I mean, this is probably better the way to look at it. We got a roster entry and then... No. We don't get the out sum of minutes work. We get a text, actually. So the function we want to attach to all of them is incomes, like a list of roster entries, which is of n size, we don't know. So that's like list of roster entries. And then we do some computation, and then out comes the text. And the text will be displayed here. And it's up to the user to figure out what he wants to display. So maybe he wants, like, you know, do Eurosuck, and then, yeah. We can make this function available to them. So this is like, you know, we might just make standard functions available to the Lisp people. To the user land. I don't know if Lisp is a good idea for this. Maybe we can just calculate it offhand. But it needs to be modifiable. That's like the issue I'm having. How dumb can I make it? I think like just jamming everything in a Lisp is like the easiest way to get around this. And you know, we'll just add more functions as needed, giving more power. What's that? The first thing we'll do is we'll add a field to add it in. The issue with that is like you need to suddenly do a lot of things as well, because you need to, you know, if there's a error, how would you display that? Like in the bottom or something? Parse error? Yeah, that could work. I guess it's just a data input. Okay, that's solved then, I guess. I wonder if this idea is crazy or not. Yeah. Okay, let's look at a link to that, right? Okay, fix that. We're not gonna do that because I don't want to fix bugs anymore. I spent all week fixing bugs. It's so annoying. Why are there so many bugs? Haskell should fix that shit. Why? Why do I have that issue? Yeah, so this thing will give me a data EDN. I don't know. Do we want to do this? Though decode string either A from EDN A. Does this implement generic? I don't think so. I guess it does like it already implemented everything. Well, you only can have tuples of 4, I guess. there are no bigger tuples. Doesn't exist. Would just make my life easier. Do stuff. You get out the value with the data input, and then like parse this value. Well, you have the value already, so now we need to attach like the functions to it. For example, how would you get? Right, it would be like keywords, I guess. A keyword, no, not keyword, symbols, I guess. But from the symbols, you could like summon inputs from the ether, I guess. So maybe we'll fix those things with like input roster entry or something. Input rosters, input entries. Yes. And then, you know, like you get an internal fault to get the sum out. Yeah, like maybe the first thing we'll do is make it be like this. Just basically make it be like this, but calculate it through EDN. And then, you know, we can convert, because we have the time already then in the EDN format. And then we can, because we have the time already in EDN format, we can easily calculate with it. So we will add like times 10 or something, you know. The other thing is like you need to make sure the types aren't getting fucked up. Hopefully ADN handles that for me, maybe. Now we probably like, if we want to call that function, we need to do some runtime checking. Make it do stuff. So how about like implementing and then like the first step, I guess. Okay, like make it do stuff. First step is implement display time, and then the second step is implement calc wage. Get primitives. Then you also get other stuff like formatting. It's really Lisp, it'll be horrible. We should just make a calculator instead. Like if I'm gonna use it EDN stuff, it'll be a lot more complicated than if I would just make it a calculator. I'll just get the time out and then, you know, do calculations with it, whatever. And you can add parentheses around that. I can make my own parser though. It's pretty trivial, right? Well, maybe someone already made a library for that. Probably. How would you do that? It's like teaching me how to make one. I wanna know. I don't care. Symbolic calculator recursion school of blah. Maybe you should read it. I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't want to do calculator. I'm talking to try to It seems not that difficult. It will just run a lot of runtime shit to check. I don't wanna make the parsers. Doesn't work. It's too dumb for me. It's like also pretty buggy usually. Well, like, I'll tell you the plan. First, we're gonna get out this value and basically show it. Is it showable? Yeah, it's showable. So we're gonna show that value out. And then we'll make like primitive functions like input, which is you still have that? It's a time fault thing, right? This is basically what we're making. So we'll get out the list of roster entries, for example, with a primitive function called like input / entries or whatever. And then we're gonna like make the most basic case, which is just re-implementing this. And then once we got display time to work, we can implement calculations. Because, you know, once you got time, then it's trivial to do wage calculation. E.g. name, first name, last, which then maps to name, first name, last name. You basically dispatch the tag name to the corresponding type mapper. I think you may be able to do that with a type class. The function we're building is actually not... It's something like we're gonna put in a list of roster entries, at least. And then, like, the result will always be text. So the user needs to figure out how to format this thing. And we're just gonna display the text. That's all. So he gets at least like a list of roster entry. Maybe he also gets like a username or something. And these will just be in a reader environment, which you can like call with the symbols. Yeah, these will be filled up for him. So we're gonna do like a lot of. Well, we need to make those symbols work. I don't know how to do it yet, but I think it's possible somehow. Maybe. Yeah, because we're gonna pattern match on those things, right? Can you show an example expression or something? I'm not sure I understand what you are doing. I'm making this time thing, which is this function. Like, yeah, I'm building that. I'm building that first stuff as part. We're not even there yet. Let's not get overexcited and just make the input available. I'm building the input, yes. We're not there yet. I'm like in the beginning phase of this entire endeavor. So yeah, we need to make an input. Alright, we need to have NDN as well. No, not backend. What am I doing? It's package a YAML and then front end. I don't know, I was like also considering using. You don't like EDN? What's it called? HEDN, okay, of course. Like I was partly considering. No, I don't. I want to do it in Lisp. I think it's the most interesting way. I hope it would. I hope that extra bit of power would be useful. On the other hand, like I'm afraid this will add a lot of complexity to the system. Yeah, I'm not sure about this at all. And again, like if I start thinking about it, like I just did, which you know, we'll put the input in those predefined symbols and then just use the entire thing to parse. I don't want to have any of that. Oh, we can maybe. No. We don't want to be polymorphic on this. We always want to get a value out, I guess. Text value maybe. I don't know what the difference is. Which one's better? Let's just do text value. We'll see. Text value. I guess we can just modify rep settings. That's fine. And this is what the lens does, by the way. Can you just overwrite this thing? I wasn't able to do this before. I needed to constantly call the constructor on everything, which is like, it makes it really fragile. So now we need to provide that function. Text to validation, blah. We have that function. To EDN. Text value. Which gets a text and out comes a text value, so we need to fmap pure into that. Fmap? No. We need to say it's successful. Apparently it's always successful. EDN text value. Val. Oh. Clojure syntax. Things that are missing in EDN are reader conditionals, quote unquote reader vval, anonymous function syntax, deref syntax, metadata syntax, regex syntax, and namespace map syntax. But all these are just syntax sugar. Okay. I'm not building anything advanced, you know. It's really, really simple. Okay, yeah. We're not getting everything. We're basically building a glorified calculator. And this is like the first step. We're just getting the values out. And it may fail. But this thing will never fail, apparently. I don't know why. Maybe it throws exceptions. That would be really, really bad because I can't use it then. I really, like, if it throws exceptions, I'm fucked. To EDN. EDN string. Oh, I see. You're just saying the entire thing is a string. No, I want to get out structure. Maybe we need to get out the map then. Map key value. So in this case, we'll just make it an EDN string and then be done. It doesn't do any parsing. If your text value, you're done. You want to avoid your absurd. This doesn't do any parsing. Decoding with text. Come to think of it, this syntax is not. Oh, it is. I want to say like it's not self-recursive, but it totally is because you can have text values in here. Yeah. It's an either type. I think you are confusing to from. Yeah. I want to go to EDN, right? From. Maybe I want to have from then. Yeah, maybe I'm confusing it. I want to get a. No, but I have a text at the moment. Are you pitching button wrap? Oh, because I'm using this thing. Well, I will just do it like this, whatever. It's a new one. Decode text, okay. There's no file, there's no name. What are you talking about? EDN document body, okay. This thing is actually doing a composition for me, I guess. Parse text. Okay, excellent. We'll use that then. Oh, actually that worked. Wait, what? How are you working? That's not the same type. That's an either. That's not a validation. What the hell? File text value. Maybe because they're isomorphisms or something? I don't know. I have no idea. Even my messages are wrong. It should be L message and it's like something else. I don't get this. Like, I don't get how this compiles. Maybe I can use it now. How? This should be a type error. Well, let's try it out anyway. Let's try it out anyway. It seems really dubious to me. Whatever, we'll put it in. Just use it, just ship it. Ship it and be happy. Show employee model. Okay, we'll just do data inputs, EDN settings. EDN dying. And then, you know, we'll just do .display. Alright, we'll do comment display EDN dying. I know, we can do it without name. How about that? But we can make a function. We can make a function to represent comments. How do you do argument parsing? Oh, I get it. Like you get a list, right? EDN list, which is a list of text values, and then the first one will be maybe like a keyword, and then the other ones are like the arguments. Okay, we figured it out. We did it, right? Just parse as EDN and pass it into the interpreter. Yeah. I'm probably not gonna build support for comments though. I don't know, like maybe it's really easy. Should support comments and just ignore it. But like what my thing does is it will call this function to HTML. Because the way it works is like we get the value from the outside world by default. So this thing can update over time, right? Which means is that we need to... Oh, no, not this one. This is not the good one. This is also not the good one. We need to have the good one. What? Data input dyne prime? Yeah, maybe this one actually. Yeah, this is the complicated one. Excellent. Yeah, this one can change settings as well. So, like the first argument is the input type. This one, the first argument. Yes. And then the second argument is like the initial text we set. But as soon as this thing ever changes, the text gets overridden with whichever was in here. And we need to be able to render this A, which the as HTML value type class, as that provides, right? So, yeah, and to display that, we basically could build a custom config, which then, you know, needs to make that A event into a proper HTML value. So we call that function every time there's an update. And like that's the only way to do it basically. Keep it flexible. But like if it can't store the value in the tree, then it will be deleted for sure. Well, can I call editor? I'm not gonna add any JavaScript bullshit to my app. That's one of the reasons I'm using Haskell. Like, I'm not gonna deal with JavaScript. Fuck it. It looks pretty cool. It looks really nice, but I'm having the ultimate widget, man. It's even supporting Edge. Literally, I made support. Like adding any JavaScript will be so fucking hard. I'm not gonna do that. Like with a complicated component like that, no. By the way, like I'm not expecting these people to do a lot of writing code. It's just a one-time thing. You set up once and then completely ignore forever. Well, maybe like, or it would be the case where I would write that stuff, because it would ask me or something. I don't know. I'll probably have like a spell book. Syntax highlighting, he says. We don't get that. In the Netherlands, syntax highlight you. And then also I exported at least 300 or 400 lines to that library. So that's Billmax. I don't think I have slug here, right? No, I don't have slug. It's kind of annoying. Let's add it. I think I used to do statistics about like slug, but I don't know. Oh, it's 1,000 lines of code. How about that? It's big. It's a deceptive large font size. It makes it seem much larger. Exactly. It's the font size. Yeah, 16,000 lines of code is not that big, I guess, for professional code base. Not at all, no. Well, you know, it's like one man year basically. I guess like it would be less because as you get more code, it becomes harder to add shit. So that's an issue. I think like this is my most productive years in adding in terms of lines of code ever. So maybe like if I would hire more developers or something, or like if I could work on it full time, that would be also pretty nice. You don't like something. I think your code is pretty dense. Well, you know, a lot of type signatures. Some modules are also kind of wasteful. Like, I remember that map one. It's so dumb. Oh, I thought I had a dumber one. Maybe front-end map. Yeah, this one. Oh, we can add it to common. How about that? We'll get rid of this module. Let's save some compilation time, maybe. Yeah, I think that makes sense. There you go. And we'll delete this entire module. Variable not the scope, main. Did you reload? I think my GHCID is fucked. This should fail, by the way. Yeah, like, I also make too many modules. I like to split things up, for better or worse, I don't know. Reloading. It should fail, though. I don't know about reflex. Alright, let's look at this. 2EDN. Maybe we'll just go to the GitHub and look for errors or something. Empty line. Rendered load. Yeah, it's fine on server side. The pass text throws an exception. It unwraps the either. to EDN, render text. Wait, what? Can I bypass that? It shouldn't be like that, right? P. Error bundle pretty. I can't catch this shit. Fuck. No, this is not an exception. Is it? It just makes a string out of it. That's not an exception. I think it's because I'm... Yeah, I think it's a type error though. Let's actually look at data validation. Maybe it does it automatically somehow. It is an isomorphism, but it wouldn't mean that the either and the validation are the same. You still need to run a spell to make them the same. I have a validate F. I guess I just need to view revalidate. You know what it should be. What the fuck are you talking about? Let's be really explicit about this time. This function. Decode. We can override this value. But still, if the user would delete everything inside the input, what would happen then? It will crash. Shouldn't be able to parse. You can wrap it in a list. Right, before I get the user input, I'll just add the parentheses around it. Yeah, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Let's try this first though. Like I'm gonna have my unit test. Why aren't you testing? By the way. So GHCID. This is my horrible GHCID spell. Make update kabel, kabel new REPL, blah blah blah. No implicit prelude. Yes, we don't want an implicit prelude. We added GHC option so it goes faster. And then make after build. And then finally we'll do test unit. But you don't know about main. We imported main, right? We import main twice. Oh no, we're running it with that. There's no main function. I don't get it. Why are you failing? Variable not in scope main. So that's has tags, which is to update Emacs tags like every time, and it's like reasonably up to date. And then we run this abomination. Maybe we should alternate quote or something. It should pick up on my GHCID. Did it delete that? GHCI. We no longer import main. Okay, that's the issue. Try again. Actually, then we learned something about my make file as well. This function doesn't work. Period. Because we're using GHCI. Oh, it's also complicated. And apparently we're also not using the root level .ghci file. We're using the one from backend. But we need to wait for it to compile first to figure that out. File submit. Okay, right. We need to call you EDN spec even. Otherwise it doesn't find it. No file load. You're just giving up. That was quick. Right, because I renamed it, so you lost it, and then you just gave up. There you have it, chat. So, how's things? How's life? I'm still doing interviews, it's horrible. How have I? Oh right, I added the test module. Right. In fact, like a part of this project is not even part of roster. Oh no, I'm not even counting the experiment stuff. That was also like a couple of weeks, just trying to make that stuff work. Sort of did, but not really. Well, it compiled, but you know. No, you know this stuff because I added the type signatures. Yeah. What am I doing? But you're still saying you're a function, huh? You're not though. The second argument is wrong. You don't like success. Tagged. Text value. Oh, there are three. Okay. There are three. Text value. How about that? Data constructor not in scope. Is it type? Right. Okay, I see. We need to do text. Nothing. Okay, and now you don't like my imports. Compiler, I don't know if you've ever heard this compiler, but you're really pedantic. Yeah. I didn't want to hurt your feelings or anything. Oh god, you still don't know about it. Okay, let's just enter GHCI and, do it with that. Make GHCI. Oh no, I know how to do this now. Make GHCI and then, no. We'll target something. No, we can use Kabel REPL. Oh, we can, yeah, okay. We can use the internal thing here, which does like everything we wanted to do. And then we can run tests from there. Of course, there's an IDA Pro plugin for the obfuscator stuff, so you can reverse it right from within the tools now. It would break? I mean, like, the guy made some amazing shit, so I don't really mind. Yeah. Like, at this point, everyone knows it. What is it? Why? Why would you import main? Could not find module main. Just can't find module main there. And then it's failed. And then we're doing it too late. Okay. We're giving you REPL options, huh? Yeah, I figured that out. We can give you REPL options. New REPL options, no implicit prelude. But this is multiple. We can give you REPL option. Yes. You know what would help with this documentation? If they would put it on alphabetical order. I can't find anything in here. No more music, huh? Oh, they close it. It's the wrong one. DDD. Really? It isn't this one. Is it this? Why don't you have main? Let's find module main. Why do you have two preludes anyway? Maybe we can like load. Oh, I remember. It's like a you can load a file maybe. Yeah. We're loading that prelude thing and then importing main. So we're loading spec, and now it starts compiling stuff for some reason. It's just to make annotation is just quoted as I made a programming test over the main. Yeah, I think they're the same thing. And now we can import main. So you start main, it means you load it, and now you can run main. Okay, excellent. Something is failing. It got exception. It was an exception, error call. Okay, we know how to fix it then. And then import main. It seems weird, I need to specify this manually, but there you have it. Like, you know, if I say I don't have unit test, I'm kind of lying because I have annotated all the things with types everywhere. Even this is like kind of a little test for me, because I just want to make sure that it actually is a validation and a message coming out of this, even though it's not. So I bet it's like gonna load it twice now, or maybe it doesn't, I don't know. It would be so annoying. Because now it's loading all the dependencies of spec, I guess. I read a lot of tests instead of typing the REPL. I often just type things up as a test. Yeah. What the fuck is going on? Why is it loading it twice? I don't know what this does either. It's interpreting it or something. The other thing was compiling it, apparently. There you go, we have tests. We compile the things, go, we need to stress those new cores. Yes. But we have our error here. So, you know, what if we do this? What will you do? You're not even watching this, huh? Inspect. You're not even watching this. You are. Oh, you got no tag list. Okay. So this is what we do then. We'll just always add a list around it. I guess that makes sense because the source file is just a list at the root level. Couldn't match expected type validation. Oh right, you need to be success as well. No. Go, go, go. Excellent. So we understand things. Could we do we have like a should accept or something? Should throw exception. So now we just write down that we expect the exception on empty. Empty. Camera, I forgot about that. Alright, so you probably put this thing there then. Yeah. Or maybe I'll put the camera over chat, how about that? Let's do some reworking. Oh. Shit. No, Ctrl Z, huh? I tried. Excellent. That looks like a face. Exactly, that's what I said. It looks like a face. Good hack though, yeah. Your hack. We'll do that. Yeah, like here now. Okay, cool. Cool! So now let's test it out again. Should be compiling. Should be parsing and clojure. I think it's also pretty valid, because you know, your root of your document will be a list as well. Given a list of ints, you can just wrap it with and have it pass as a vector. We probably should actually add a built-in proc name. Or do, I guess. We probably should add a built-in do. Here. No, we wanna, like, do we wanna make it like the top level a single expression? Or do we wanna, you know, not do that? Make it instead. No, I think user can figure out how to do itself by himself. I'm not gonna bother with that. Okay. Now you should not crash anymore. Am I crashing? You're not crashing. Excellent. So now you should see the input. Yeah. I'm confused. I'm confused. That input. It did not do it. You actually want an expression there. Not a list of statements, right? Yes. Right! Exactly. It's great. Yes, because it needs to be a string. They need to evaluate something to a string. Exactly. Well, you know, with the do thing, the last statement can be, like maybe they want to define custom variables or something. Probably not, actually. Don't think of it. No, I don't want to do that. The silly user doesn't want to do that. They don't want to have variables. That's crazy. Where's my input? Let's actually look at roster. I'm outside of the model. How about that? Great. That's just great. So yeah, you need to probably be inside the model. Yeah, that's better. Exception before request could be parsed. Invalid argument. I think I filtered these out. So one thing I'm doing actually is I'm sending all the exceptions I'm getting on the backend to Raven or something. It's like a service, and the only thing it does is log exceptions. It's an excellent service. It's Raven or I forgot the name. God damn it! There's try to get you an either. Try. I think it may be something like try evaluate the stuff that may fail. Try? Oh yeah. That's a bit better. It's still unsafe. It's still unsafe. Yeah, I need to import these. It's disgusting to do this. Yeah, you're now in either that or validation blah. So we need to put a match on either. I guess we can just use either. Either. So if you're left and you're a failure, we'll put it in the message. I don't know. Show the exception. HTTP error. What is this? Something went wrong, right? I hate this. It's like fucking up the entire purity of my app. I think she'd rather fix the problem. So that's like probably HDN stuff. Like that function is just bad. Bad. So there's two things you can do. You can like make sure it's valid. You're always putting the valid stuff in that function, or just bypass this decode text thing because it's bad. To EDN render text. So which one is wrong then? To EDN? No, decode, right? We're doing decode. What am I doing? From EDN. You're doing parse text first. This still seems legit. Parse doc. p.parse. Megaparsec parse. I guess it's like megaparsec parse throws exceptions. No. p.parse. Megaparsec parse. Right, so I'm assuming that's fine. Maybe it's not. Parse tagged, without tagged. Try with namespace, without namespace, without tag. Parse tagged. I wonder if I have like an older version of this. Because like, I'm not even... It's using validation in my case. Maybe it's just got released. 17 May. September 30th, okay. Maybe it is newer. Maybe we're using the older version. Ah, okay. So we're having a polymorphic instead of an either. I bet this is like using monet fill. Yes, you're using monet fill. Fuck you! Oh my god! I found it! I found it! We're using the wrong version. Okay, that's an easy fix then. We'll just upgrade with GitHub. Excellent! It's using monet fill. What a... Oh my god, I hate you. And apparently, like, wait, I made a monad out of validation. What I said, but upgrade, lol. Hey, you said it this was monet fill, really? Ah, yeah. That's trivial to fix, right? Oh no, it's on fucking GitLab. It's a little bit less trivial to fix, because now I can't use Cableton Nix. Like, I don't think Cableton Nix supports GitLab yet. We can try it, I guess. I'm so annoyed that so many people are discovering GitLab at this point. Like, I know about it for fucking years, and then everyone doubled down on GitHub, and now it's like kind of infrastructure, and then suddenly, because it's bought by Microsoft, people decide to move. Even though Haskell is being developed by Microsoft, like, a lot. I think it has, like, Microsoft even hires Simon Peyton-Jones. He's an employee of Microsoft. It's on Hackage, right? Oh, right, yeah, we can use the other spell. Good point. Good point. I got a new spell. Oh, I forgot how to use it though. That's a problem. Did I record it anyway? No, no. You can like watch my upgrade hell and then figure out how to use it from there. Packages Haskell lib from Hackage or something? I don't know, I forgot. Cabal name version. Oh, I see what you're getting at. Okay. Well, we'll do that then. We got the packages and then cable to next. Like the other thing you can do is actually use that. Actually, I want to show that. Fucking won't fail. I'm really pissed off. Right, and the reason it's failing isn't because it's failing because I provided my own monad instance and I didn't override fail, so it's using the default fail. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. That's why all your fonts looked off earlier. They looked off, huh? I didn't even know, like... I know for a fact I added LaTeX here. Because you know, it's the best. Cable name version, HDN. Let's just add it. Just by the way, doing it in my local environment or... It doesn't like it, huh? Missing URL, cable, // Hahaha! I'm a fool. Let's try this. Maybe they add support. Who knows? They did! I love you, cable to next people. I'll give you another star on GitHub. How about that? I didn't! Oh no, I did probably, but I wasn't logged in. HCN. Okay, so now we need to kill you. This is called data constructor show exception. Right, that's the thing. Oh right, that's what we wanted to hack, but we gave up on that. Excellent, we gave up on that. Gave up on that. But you need to die anyway. Because we're no longer gonna do it on shape shit, we're actually gonna do it properly. We figured it out. It just took a while. Oh my god, I'm so happy. That's how your code, like, goes downhill. If you start adding and save IO. Like, I feel it's like basically a cliff. You know, once you added 1, then why don't you add 2 and 3? Yeah, you need to restart, man. Now it isn't either. Finally. It's disgusting. Like it does something correct, because you're just basically fixing some other's problem. But now the hell begins. That's it. Okay. It doesn't know about the source. It doesn't know about the source. Probably because it's using GitHub. HDN, huh? GitLab. Seems correct. Quantified source for data / EDN in lib. Are you like... Oh no. Not found in archive. It's just as simple as upgrading, they said. It'll be easy, they said. The other thing I can do is upgrade reflex again. Be another hell. Haskell package set update. Well, let's just try that then, I guess. Hopefully it won't be nothing too big and everything will work up Mailhouse. Yeah. If it's like an automated Haskell package update, it should be in there now. Yeah. We could do that actually because, you know, it has a failure branch, but then we just need to encode the message always in some way. Like it is almost a failure, a proper monad fail. It is almost a proper monad fail. The issue is that you have that string. You could probably ignore that though. If you ignore that, then we can really put it as an error in there. It's really like, but once it gets evaluated, it's still fucked. So you can't do that. Like the fail instance, it gets a string, and then you need to make it the result. I just looked at the type signature, and it's like impossible to do. It's impossible to do. You need to make out of this string. Well, I guess you can ignore it, but then I need to make a failure, and I have the error being polymorphic. Yeah, the error is polymorphic. So maybe all the errors need to be monoid, and it can be empty. It has a monad fail. But that's the same problem as I do, though. It can't do it nicely, I think. Let's look at the instance for monad. I bet it's destroying. No, it's not implementing it. It's not implementing the fail. Because it can't. Because this E is polymorphic, so you need to make it, you know, you need to make E out of nothing. And the only way to do that is with the default value of E. And the only way to do that is either to, you know, add a type class or, you know, make it an error. So I think this is a bit neater, and we can probably solve it by just upgrading everything, which is fine. It's gonna be a pain in the ass though, but I'd rather upgrade everything and solve this properly than... I mean, it should be easier this time, because it's not that big of an upgrade. It should be easier, I say. And yeah, we're at like 60 before the great dubtrack outage of a week ago, which is still going on. Goodbye dubtrack. I like you a lot. So we fix it maybe, I guess. I don't know how this compiles, by the way, because the syntax error doesn't exist. Need to edit this message. And a nice thing, if by treating it as a maybe, we also get, once we upgrade, and once we're ready to upgrade, we'll get a type error on that. Because it will be either, instead of maybe. Syntax found. And we'll just keep it completely opaque because we can't get the information out. That's fine. Yes. Can't heard of that track really. Yeah, that's like the service I used to play music. And it was kind of nice because people could add songs if they wanted to. And you could also like use that song command. We made it like a bot for it. we updated the Hypernerd bot, right? To add that song command. But now it's broken, unfortunately. I don't know if you were there when I did that stuff, but... So yeah, I spent like a significant amount of time to make, you know, something integrate with dubtrack, and then they go offline a week later. It sucks. It really sucks. You could have told me a week earlier and saved me a bunch of time. There's an existing... Oh, okay. Oh no. Text. How about text? This is not because of a legal issue. This thing closed because they couldn't monetize it for some reason. I mean, I think they could. I don't know. Like, I'm sure they tried everything. It's like something to say as an outsider right now. Oh yeah, you could totally do that, but you know, running a business yourself. I bet they gave it their everything to make it work, and they still failed. Well, similar thing probably. You think? They were just using YouTube, right? They didn't host their own songs. They just like, you know, integrated with YouTube, and then there's shit happening. To run it as a service, it didn't seem that expensive to me. Okay, even though they had like 1 million users, it shouldn't be that much of cost. Yeah, maybe they wrote it like in Python, or you know, and that's probably it. Wrote it in Python, use MongoDB, and you rack up server costs quite quickly. What is it doing? So we made it parse, I guess. That's pretty good. Not really. This should have been done like in the first hour, I think. This parsing stuff. But they use monet fill. I mean, who's to blame them, right? It's in the standard library, so yeah. And there's a default implementation for fill as well, which is horrible. It's just erroring. Probably just didn't know. Yeah, it still needs to compile here. So you could basically share out music easily with each other. It was kind of clever. And then the other thing it did, it was like, have an API available to show what you were playing. And that's what the song command did. But I made like a change to Zoding's Hypernet bot to make that Zoding, that command configurable. But yeah, they're dead now, so my effort is gone. That's the biggest issue I have with it all. My effort was wasted. I wanna make useful code, not code that's thrown away. So yeah, now we have like if you do this, oh it's fine I guess. But if you do like this, syntax error, hooray! Need to put it in the field though. Shareable. Players currently playing the cursor that's editable by multiple people. Yes, exactly. So it's a distributed job queue. Is it? Not a distributed, it's a centralized job queue. What the hell? Yes, I've realized that all code is throwaway code. Once you reach 10 years mark, it's dead code most of the time. Have you seen my GitHub graveyard? Yeah, but like, in this case I was expecting it would be used for like, at least a couple of years. That was my expectation. But I think at this point, Zoding is kind of an institution on Twitch at least. And I don't have the intention to stop streaming it at all in the near future. Like, I really enjoy it, so I'll just keep doing it. So yeah, like, I would gain use out of it for at least, a year or two, and then he would gain use out of it. It would be amazing. But no, just 1 week. That's the thing that's annoying. It's not the fact that eventually it will no longer be used, it's just the fact that it went out of use so quickly. Shit happens. But this is like the nice thing about this input, right? Like we get this kind of validation working. And the message is just there. At the right place as well. It's like a bit buggy at the moment because I didn't add a field around it. And it doesn't push down the other thing. But we'll add it now. Actually, we'll move this thing down here, I think, as well. Probably people just started using it because of your bot contribution and server got overloaded. Yes, exactly! Well, I think Zoding was a big proponent of DuckTrack. In that case, because I didn't know about it either. The only reason I knew about it was the big link to that service he had. And I thought it was just a good idea when I, started. It's an excellent integration with streaming. Imagine him using something like Amazon Lambda and those polls for currently playing. Yeah, Amazon Lambda is a lot more expensive than just having your own server. I did the calculation at some point because I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll be cheaper if I put Raster on Amazon Lambda, or like something like that. Google has a similar service, but then I just calculated it and it was like, oh, it's like two or three times as expensive. Well, I guess it makes sense because you wouldn't execute your code all the time. So now we have, if we do it right, we have failure, syntax error. Or not. We get like a string, no tag. And we can also do this stuff. And it makes like a map out of it. Excellent, it does everything. So now we can do like plus 4, 5. Yes, it does it. It does a symbol plus. Excellent. So what I want to do like is I guess times. And then we'll do like time. We need to evaluate this. That's the idea. This is my idea. You know, like this will be whatever. This will be the wage. This is my idea. Sun and Doa is really amazing stuff. You can provide pause times of 2 milliseconds on 1 terabyte heap. We run 16 plus cores. It actually even has better throughput than other GHCJS. I'm still experimental. Yeah, so like considering the enterprises that run Java will probably like not use it in the next 5 or 10 years because they're so conservative. It's amazing. It's one of the things that surprised me about the Netherlands, that like the enterprise is just so incredibly. They want to use programming stuff, but then they only want to use the programming stuff that was relevant 20 years ago, 10 years ago. In fact, like there was a contractor I talked to, and he got excited about using Bootstrap. And I've known about Bootstrap for like 10 years, and it was like so amazing to me. Not 10 years, like 5 years at least, but it couldn't be 10 years because it was pretty new back then. 5 years ago. Yeah, actually Java is one of the most advanced VM. I mean, it beats out languages like Go by a lot. Yeah, I would think so. There's a lot of investment into Java, right? As like a entire, you don't have to deal with the operating system anymore, kind of thing. I feel like Java gets a lot of competition from GraalVM. Yeah, I've seen the stuff with Graal. Yeah. It was interesting. It's just weird because like Java as a programming language is running on a VM. And then you also these days have, you know, an entire operating system running on your VM. And then below that you may have the actual machine. Anyway, I'm probably gonna quit now. But this is my idea, like this is what I want to show you. You know, we'll make a Lisp thing and we'll make it simple like this. And then, you know, it needs to be formatted as well. So we'll do like a printf, maybe. Yeah, like this. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here because it's too long. I was actually having the idea that I would have shorter streams because then I can, you know, be more engaged and not become really tired. But today apparently didn't because we were debugging. Anyway, see you later. Tomorrow again, big stream time. You may want to use common list format strings. Yeah, for example. I don't know how to do that properly, but the actually implementation will be